Hey everybody, Miss Danielle here. I wanted to go over our next phase. As we enter the green phase, we'll be starting our indoor training on Monday. There's a lot of things to go over. Obviously, everything's new for us, everything's new for you, and safety is our number one. So in this video, we're gonna go over drop off, pick up, how the classroom floor looks, class times, everything you're gonna need to know. So if you look behind me right now, this is an example of our Gym 1, okay? Gym 1 is going to be holding 16 students. CDC guidelines recommend 6 feet apart, but we are going with extra precautions, obviously, to start out with, so everybody's spaced out right now at 8 feet apart. The cones are examples of students on the floor. The cones will not be here. We'll have some space markers. So in this gym, again, there's 16 children. If you turn this way, Mr. Fred, you'll see the bags that each line will get to hit when it's their turn to be up towards the bags here. So up here, you would see this group would hit this bag, and we have all 4 bags. Right now, obviously, we still have our Zoom stuff set up. The mats and the whole gym is going to be professionally sanitized on Sunday, so it'll look a little different than how it is now. As you see behind me, the windows are open because, again, we're not allowing parents in at this time. We want to keep the students as safe as possible, but parents won't be in, so you guys will be able to watch throughout the windows and also on Zoom if you want to. So I'm going to show you how the drop-off procedure is going to work. All right, let me put my mask on here, and Mrs. D is going to be our example. So when you pull up, you're going to pull to the back door. We'll tell you either room you'll be in, okay? And I'll explain in a little bit, but our back gym is going to hold 12 students. So before I do that, when you see the sign up, it's going to say 28 children because we're putting the sign up under one thing. So you might see Little Ninjas, Young Dragons, 28. That doesn't mean there's 28 children in each room, right? We'll have 16 in one room and 12 in the other, okay? So when you pull up, if you're in Gym 1, which we'll just tell you where to stop, we'll pull you up out of your car. You won't come in yet because we got to take your temperature, all right? So you'll pull up. We're going to get our temperature taken right here. All right, I would take her temperature, read her temperature. She's good to go. Awesome. I'm going to give her a little squirt of hand sanitizer until we have a mount coming for this wall for a hand sanitizer. And then I'm going to show her where to put her stuff. So she would be the first person. She would put her stuff here. What we're looking for your stuff, only a backpack if possible. Your karate backpack, okay? We want your karate backpack, your gloves, a water bottle, and if you're black belt training, your nunchucks. Please, parents, do not pack anything else. If you're bringing a larger bag, don't keep all their sparring gear and everything in there, okay? We want everything to stay together, and that would be her spot where she would go. Then we would direct her to her spot on the mat. So Mrs. D would go to her spot on the mat, and she would know where to be, what number and everything like that. Then, after classes are done, we would dismiss one line at a time. So Mrs. D's line would get dismissed. She would go and get her stuff. And now I have my mask off, but again, instructors are keeping masks on at all times while in the building. So adults, there will not be any other adults in the building. Instructors will have their masks on the entire time in the building. So after she puts her shoes on, all right, Mrs. You could pretend you put your shoes on.
Man.
I didn't know if you were going out. All right, I would direct her. She would come all the way around. All the doors are also going to be open and the air conditioning on. So we're getting the fresh air circulation as well. So she would come out here. She would use her hand sanitizer again. And this door would be open, but we would direct her right to her parents' car. Okay? And then the parents can obviously drive away. And we would do that one at a time. All right? So after we do that, that is what the drop-off and pick-up procedures are going to look like. So to review a couple important things. Parents are not going to be coming inside. They're going to be watching through the windows. Parents will be allowed inside on my 9 a.m. Little Ninjas 3 and 4-year-olds because 3 and 4-year-olds need a parent with them, okay? They must wear masks the entire time, parents. You must wear a mask the entire time. As for my students' training, okay, like I said, instructors are going to have masks the entire time. That is up to parents. If you want to have your child wear a mask while they're training, that's up to you. We're not going to be required to wear them, but it's not mandatory. We're not going to require them, but it's a personal preference. If you feel more comfortable with your child with the mask, they can have their masks on. Locker rooms are going to be closed, obviously. Parents, your child needs to come dressed for class. The bathroom will be open, and we will spray it. If a child needs to go to the bathroom, we will Lysol it in between uses of the bathroom. So right now I'm gonna go over the class times, then we'll get into gym 2, but it looks pretty much the same as gym 1. Doors are open, windows are open. You would get actually, let's do that now, Mr. Fred. We'll show them where to drop off for gym 2. So gym 1 would have its own gym, its own instructor right here. Water fountain's gonna be out of use. Obviously, please pack your child a water. So if we were in gym 2 here, okay, again, these are the example students right here. We have 12 students, 8 feet apart right now. Again, above CDC guidelines recommend we only need 6 feet apart. But in the beginning, we want to take those extra precautions and make sure everything's going well. In the back here, you'll see the bags for each line. Okay, so each group would use one of those bags if they're in this group, similar to what we were doing outside. All right, and parents, if you're in this gym, again, we'll direct you, or we'll let you know what gym you're gonna be into. We would direct the parent up, the child would get their temperature taken, hand sanitizer, we're gonna have another hand mount on this wall, and then when it's time to leave, obviously they'll get their stuff will be along this wall for drop off, and when it's time to leave, we will direct them out of the building, hand sanitizer, pick up, and their parent will pick them up right at that door. All right, so again, we're gonna help with that drop off and pick up. Getting into that, that's why we're gonna be leaving an extra gap in between classes. So we wanna start, the classes are gonna stay at 30 minutes for those beginner ranks and 40 minutes for our black belt training, because it's really important to us to have that safety first. That safety, that cleanliness, not only safety obviously with the students transitioning in and out of the class, but we need time to sanitize in between each class. So in between each class, all the mats are going to be sanitized, the bags are gonna be sanitized. The mats already get a deep sanitation each morning, but in between classes, we need enough time for those mats to get sanitized and dry before the next group comes in. So classes are gonna be spread out here. I just wanna grab my notes so I don't forget anything here. So we have the temperature, hand sanitizer. Oh, also, we ask if your child's not feeling well or somebody in your family is not feeling well, please do not send your child to class. With that being said, if you ever have to cancel a class, right? A lot of times people were signing up and forgetting to cancel if they couldn't make their class. We ask that you please take your child's name off that sign-up sheet. I had it happen a couple of times where parents asked me if there was a live class available left, and I said no because all the spots were full, and then somebody didn't show up, okay? So if you don't know how to take your child off, that's why I give out my cell phone number, text me, contact me, but it's really important so we can do this. Also, if you're not comfortable with your child in bare feet, please do not put your child in socks. That's actually dirtier than them being in bare feet, and it carries a lot of germs. And it's also very dangerous for them to train in that. So we have what's our mat shoes. So after I will put in the email when I send out this video, how to purchase mat shoes. Miss Maria wears this, she's been wearing them for years. What they are, they're almost like a sock with rubber on the bottom. Mat shoes, you cannot wear them outside. So if your child has mat shoes, they need to go in their bag, in their backpack, and when they get in the building, they'll change out of their shoes and put their mat shoes on. These are able to be washed as well. So we can order them in children and adult sizes. So you'll just have to let me know your child's shoe size and we can get them in. They're gonna be running $29.95, okay? So that is that. Again, let me go over the class times now. So what our class times are gonna look like is Monday and Wednesday classes. Our Little Ninjas and Young Dragons are gonna be at 4:15. Our Black Belt and Advanced Rank are gonna be at 5:15. And our beginner intermediate ranks are gonna be at 6:15. Just like we've been doing, you have to sign up for a class because we only have limited spaces and we know how many people are coming. The difference is when I put the sign up out, this time you are able to register for 2 classes right away. So if you're a 2 times a week person, you can register right away for your 2 times a week, okay? So that is our Monday, Wednesdays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays are a little bit different just so we can give everybody a later time. So Tuesdays, it's gonna be 4:15 for beginner intermediates, 5:15 for advanced and black belts, and 6:15 for our Ninjas Dragons. On Thursdays, the difference is we're gonna have 4:15 again for our beginner intermediates. This time, 5:15 will be our Dragon and Ninja time, and 6:15 will be our advanced and black belt time, okay? We are gonna still have morning classes, okay? All of our evening classes are gonna be on Zoom. Right now, our morning classes might not be on Zoom because our morning classes will not be on Zoom because we're only going to have a certain amount of spots and probably only one or one and a half instructor, well, not a half instructor, but we'll need the time to be able to be getting everybody situated. So Zoom or non-Zoom classes, but live classes in the mornings. 9:30 is going to be our Ninjas Dragons. 10:30 is our beginner intermediates, and 11:30 is our advanced and black belts. That's going to be on Tuesday, Thursdays for live classes, okay? We still recommend if you are able to make those morning times to sign up for that first and allow the later times for people that can't necessarily make it during the day, all right? Like I said, sign up's gonna go out on Thursday. We recommend signing up for both your classes then, and then we will put it out each Thursday. If something happens, I have to cut something off, I'll let you guys know. And I think that may be it with our classes. So again, just a preference, one more time, quickly go over everything. It's going to be, oh, I forgot Saturday classes. Sorry. Saturday, 9 a.m. are gonna be ninjas, 9 a.m. are gonna be dragons because the dragons are gonna be out here with 16 students. My little guys are gonna be in the back. In that class, like I said, my little guys just for that 9 a.m. because I have some very young guys, some 3-year-olds. Parents may watch in that class inside the building, but they must wear a mask, okay, the entire time. Obviously, we're inside, just like at a store, okay? 10 a.m., we're gonna have our beginner intermediates out here. There'll be 16 spaces for that. And then our leadership is moving to live classes. So we are going to have our leadership in the back room. We normally don't get more than 12 people in that class, especially in the summertime, but that won't be on Zoom. And then 11 a.m. will be our advanced black belts, okay? We're also gonna be putting in some boot camps, things like that. That'll come as we get this down pat, okay? So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. We're sending out an email. I'll send out a printed schedule, all new Zoom links, and it'll be posted on that group. If you're not on that Facebook group and can join, that has the #1 way to communicate right now, all right? So we look forward to moving into green. Please bear with us. Like I said, things may change, but we are hoping to keep this for at least July. This is our July schedule, and then we might change it a little bit time-wise, just if we don't think we need that 20 minutes in between. We're figuring everything out, and we're erring to obviously the side of caution, just because we think that's very important at this time. All right, thank you for bearing with us through this, and we're excited for this next chapter. Bye, guys.